Happy Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day, and it's here in the United States. It is. I'm not sure if Mother's Day is universal throughout the world, but if it isn't, tell your mom you love her, and tell your wife that you're happy that she's the mom if you have kids, and or your girlfriend or whomever is the mother in your life. Here we are at podcast number 8. Kevin, can you believe we're here already?
Oh my gosh, it's a blast. Tons of fun.
I know. Well, we're Loam Lander. I'm Brendan. This is Kevin.
I'm Kevin.
And we are super excited to be here for our eighth time. It's been a pretty fun journey. Here we are 9 weeks in, and we've only missed 1 week. I'm feeling like that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yes, it is. And honestly, you're the one that brought up, let's do podcasts. And I was a little hesitant. I'm not going to lie. I was like, But this one, each time it gets more enjoyable to talk about. I would every week now, where before I was just kind of on the fence. I'm not going to lie. But it's an awesome way to talk about our lives, our journey, Loam Lander, and everything that involves Loam Lander family and all.
Yeah, it's certainly been fun. I mean, I honestly have enjoyed it. There have been times that I haven't had a clue of what to say. And honestly, we get into our time to sit down and do these, and things just come. We can fill our time pretty quickly, and it doesn't seem to be a burden or stress. So it's pretty fun. Well, this week, Kevin, we talked about talking about some of our industry partners, and we wanted to kind of share with you how we have gotten to know them, some of our relationships with them, and why they are special industry partners to us. They're pretty varied. And so what I thought, Kevin, we'd do is just kind of go through a few of them today. We're going to tease a few as well and talk about them later. But let's just get this rolling. Kevin, maybe let's start with some of our top dog, way exciting names everyone knows, style of industry partners, and then we'll just kind of work our way through. So I'll let you kind of start that discussion.
Yeah, my background today is Troy Lee Designs. We're very fortunate that they're willing to support our team. So our entire team will be all in Troy Lee gear. We get to wear the most premium gear out there. Fit, finish, quality, durability. Very excited to partner with Troy Lee on that. Our team we have the safest helmets in the market. For those downhill racers, that D4 carbon is phenomenal. And just really excited for having such a great partner and such a big name right from the get-go.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, that has been pretty fun. In our household, it's been the talk of the neighborhood. My oldest Cruz is a Troy Lee convert to the very ends. In fact, if he had Troy Lee underwear, he would be wearing it every day. But yeah, it's
and he was that way before we partnered too.
Oh yeah, no, he is hardcore all in and loves Troy Lee Designs. In fact, he has shirts, he has jerseys, he has shorts, he has, gloves and helmets and all of that, all pre our Troy Lee relationships. So, I mean, Kevin, how did that really happen? We're pretty new to this world, very new to a race team. I know you have some very unique connections, but how did this all work out?
It really is an awesome brand. We are so fortunate, such a premium brand. My relationship with them goes back numerous years. It's just a fun relationship to have. They're just really good people to work with. When you talk to them, it's more family atmosphere. So it kind of fits what Loam Lander is. And when I shared what we're doing with Loam Lander, the excitement we got from Troy Lee was phenomenal. It was like a kid in a candy store, which is how we feel when we talk about Loam Lander. And they had that same feeling. So it was a very natural, easy fit to partner together.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're excited to someday get a Troy Lee branded bag in their backyard. So Troy Lee, when you're listening to this, just know that we're excited to someday have a huge 13-foot airbag in your parking lot with your name on it.
For bike and moto.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They could have a lot of fun on that.
Yeah. Those MX guys can jump on it.
Yeah, it's just endless of what these landers can do. And also, I mean, if you're looking at it from a branding standpoint, it's amazing branding content because it's really a very, showstopper piece, but it's just super fun.
So what are your thoughts on Troy Lee, like when we were able to pull that in?
Oh, I was so excited. I'm going to be the first one to admit that early in my mountain biking career, I was the budget shopper, budget brand mountain bike apparel wearer. Usually, if I bought for myself, it would be on the clearance rack of whatever I could find. I recently just got my personal first pair of Troy Lee shorts, and the difference between them and my Fox ones, not that there's anything wrong with the Fox ones, I really like them, is actually huge in comfort and styling and also the fit for my body style. So I was really excited. It's been super, super awesome. We've had Troy Lee helmets for our downhill stuff for a long, long time. Everyone in my family, with the exception of my youngest, has one. And the only reason he doesn't is because they don't make it small enough for his little head. And so we've had to go a different route that way. So another industry partner of ours that's near and dear to my heart for many reasons is PNW Ramps. Let me tell you a little bit about the story about PNW Ramps. So PNW Ramps is a brand new portable lander company. They're based in the Pacific Northwest, based in Portland, Oregon. And it all started, it started for me about 16, 17 years ago, but not knowing that this was even going to be in the future. And that is when I met my wife and then met my in-laws and my extended family that way. So PNW Ramps was started by my brother-in-law, Chris. And Chris is an amazing woodworker. He is a very talented computer geek. He has a lot of different skill sets that kind of all tie back into why this PNW Ramps was born. But what Chris is not is he's not a mountain biker. In fact, I've seen him ride bikes, and he likes to ride bikes around the neighborhood and hang out with his family and his kids. And I'm sure that he actually would be a really good mountain biker if he had, extra time to go out and ride and, had this as kind of his everyday passion. But anyways, he's not a mountain biker. He is just a talented craftsman. And about a year ago, Chris and I were, I think we were hanging out at dinner or something. I don't remember where our conversation was, but I was telling him about these portable ramps and how cool they are, how, they're CNC cut, they're designed so that you can fold them up at the end of the day. You can take them and put them in your car and then drive off and go home and not have to worry about having a big ramp in your driveway or a big ramp that you're carrying around to the park or whatever it is. So that kind of seeded this, start to him kind of looking into what it is and how it's set up and how they work. And so he started tinkering. He started designing. He bought one that was shipped from Europe, and just kind of studied it and looked at how they put things together and why the pieces played together like they did, and why he felt like he could make a better design ramp to really meet the market. The other thing too is these ramps are just really, they're not necessarily found in the United States right now. They're starting really right now, just barely starting to hit some of the United States markets. And so timing for him is actually really good. He's one of the pioneers here in the United States. But there's also been enough publicity through YouTube and other channels that they're not necessarily new to the mountain biking world. The mountain biking world kind of knows who they are and what they are. So Chris has designed an amazing ramp. This one we can see in the background video is he's calling it the Swift Kick. So it's like a good swift kick in the ass because it just keeps you going. This particular one also can be broken down into a smaller ramp that he's calling the Tiny Donkey. If you get an ass theme, I don't know where you're getting that from, but maybe that's what it is. So we have the Swift Kick, which is this bigger style, and then the Tiny Donkey. And then he's also designed one that we are super, super excited about from Loam Lander that we can't necessarily talk about yet. because it is somewhat of an industry secret. And in the pandemic that we're in right now, finding the right plywood to create this new ramp is being very, very challenging and difficult. In fact, it would have been done a long, long time ago if he could actually resource the plywood that he's looking for. Yeah, I mean, Kevin, you've ridden PNW ramp. Have you never had a bad day on a PNW ramp?
They're so much fun. This video here is the kids just flying through that up. They made a little trail and threw it up on the hillside to make a gap. They've done the huck to flat. I get on it and it's just like, it brings the kid back into you right away. You can literally carry it anywhere. We were just recently about that, and one of our friends was like, "Hey, do you have a PNW ramp?" And it was so cool to be able to just take it out of the back of my car, my little Subaru out back, and pull it out of the back seat. I don't know, what is it, like a 2 by 2.5 foot tangle or something? I mean, it's small, and I was able to pick it up, and here we go. And they got to go set it up. How portable it is makes it amazing. You can literally take it anywhere. You can take it to the local skate park and make a different gap. You can take it to a dirt trail. You can take it to your backyard. If you're Jake with Backyard Shredder, you can do a huck to flat contest, who will probably win every time. And it just adds excitement to a boring driveway. I mean, like, there's many things that this ramp can do. And then watching Chris's journey from building it from scratch in the first couple prototypes and how much excitement he has building these is a blast to watch.
Yeah, it certainly has been. What's been also amazing with it is it's bred new, mountain bikers really in his family. So Ethan, who I shared a video about, podcast number 3, when I had him jump our airbag for the first time. Ethan's really taken off with this. He is out in his driveway almost every day on his PNW ramp, learning how to jump better, learning how to have better bike control, just learning how to be a better rider. And that's what it's all about. It's progression. But this is just is a great progression tool. And honestly, it's way better than the cinder blocks and the piece of plywood that both, I'm sure you and I, Kevin, both have had many of those in our driveways over the years.
Definitely. And then the plywood falls off and you fall off on your bike and all that fun stuff.
The downside to this is it takes away like the oh crap factor that we originally had. I mean, these are so well built and so well designed to not necessarily fall apart that it's kind of cheating. I mean, honestly, maybe we should just go back to the plywood and the cinder blocks.
Tell Chris to stop and just make plywood and cinder blocks.
Yeah, Chris, cut it off. We're done. We decided we're going back to cinder blocks and plywood because it's less safe, and that's what we want to do. I mean, that's just how it works.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's PNW Ramps. Check them out, pnwramps.com. Order from them. They are fantastic. They're not paying us to do an infomercial or commercial for them. They're just a great partner of ours, and we have truly enjoyed getting to know them better. And honestly, we're super excited about what's coming out of them next. They've got some big plans.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, whoa. What's you got there?
That's Kat with Sweetlines. Kat does so much for youth girls and mountain biking, as well as she started a boys team. She's done so just from mountain bike engagement to getting people on bikes for the first time to advancing the riders to pro level. Actually, she has a couple of pro racers on her team, and she's a pro, and she's just a awesome lady. And we're very fortunate to become friends with her through the numerous years and then actually have her be one of our industry partners.
So the first time we met Kat was at Duthie, and it wasn't really a meeting. It was more of just a us watching how she interacted with people. It was kind of interesting because the first few times we went to Duthie, we kind of noticed that she was there. And then we started noticing that every time we were there, she was there. And that she was either teaching a private lesson or had the whole team there, and that they were there just to enjoy riding. We, as a family, have had many interactions where she has been just a super kind, nice, helpful, give a tip, share a little of her insights and knowledge that has made a big difference in the way that my boys ride, or even just the way that Tatum and I ride. So we're pretty excited to have Kat and the Sweetlines team as an industry partner. As far as an airbag goes, theirs is the coolest. And we teased it a little bit on our Instagram over this past week. The tease is almost over because our landers are landing finally in less than a few days. So it's super, super, super exciting.
Yeah, and then every time you see Kat, this is the smile she has. She's always out there, willing, like you mentioned, willing to give a hand if you need a tool. She has a tool in her van. She never seems overwhelmed.
No.
I mean, there'll be 10 to 20 kids running around. She also has a lot of help with her team from coaches and the youth that's been on the team for a while and everything. Kat is an awesome partner to have. We're very fortunate. We're just excited to see how much more this can grow.
Yeah, it is super exciting, and she's engaged such a great team around her, and also the parent network that she's been able to capture on. It really must speak very highly for her, because as we know, any youth sports, anywhere you're at, when you have the parents engaged, that means that you as a coach have the kids engaged, and that's pretty vital.
So, Kat, if you're listening, thank you. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we're excited for you guys to enjoy your lander.
Yeah.
Another team partner. We just talked about Sweetlines, who's an amazing team. Another sweet, not to be confused with Sweetlines, but another sweet team that we've really gotten to know over the past several months is Galbraith Gravity. Galbraith Gravity is a team that every one of us is going to know by name over the upcoming years. They're going to produce some amazing riders. They already have some amazing riders. And they really, really are a talented group of both team, adult coaching, and youth riders. Kevin, you've gotten to know Galbraith a lot more intimately than I have, although our own, my style of interaction with them has grown a lot over the past several weeks. But how did you get to know and meet Galbraith Gravity?
Yeah, so I got to meet Galbraith Gravity through a local bicycle shop up in Bellingham. Galbraith Gravity is based out of Bellingham, Washington. Some call it the Mecca of mountain biking. It's also maybe the Mecca of pump tracks in Bellingham. There's so many pump tracks and jump tracks there.
Side mark. So I heard you told me earlier that your son yesterday spent how many hours at a pump track?
Yeah, it was like 7 hours at the pump track. And he only stayed at I believe it's called Wayfair Park, the big one down the waterfront. And that one's huge. It is so much fun. They're actually developing that also. They're going to add jump lines from progression lines. So it sounds like they're going to have the green line all the way up to the double black diamond lines and some drops and kind of make it their own little park. And the area is cool. It's on the water. I mean, it's a really cool, it's almost like a venue. It's a great place.
That's awesome. And that's probably a true great testament to why Galbraith Gravity, is so good and why they're getting better and better. They have these amazing resources that community has helped develop. I mean, that's what's awesome. And if you haven't ridden Bellingham, go up there. You'll understand why it's, especially in the Pacific Northwest, a mecca of mountain biking.
Yeah, and beautiful there. Bellingham's probably one of my favorite cities in the state. But back to Galbraith Gravity, I was able to meet them through a bicycle shop, a local shop, Fanatic. Galbraith Gravity is partners with multiple bicycle shops in Bellingham, not just Fanatic. And that's how I met them. And we started talking airbags, and their excitement happened right away. And then they were also looking for a clothing sponsor. So we were able to facilitate a partnership with Troy Lee. And so at the same time, we actually able to partner in two different ways with them and grow that. It was an easy conversation to have with them. They're just like, well, help our kids. Yes, we want to do it. And that's all I care about. MTB Development Race Team is what they are. They focus on developing racers. They push their kids to see what they can do to get progression out of them, to get growth out of them, to gain confidence out of them. They definitely push them in a safe way, but that's where they're very interested in the airbag, right? So that's where the partnership came. It's like, we need them to learn how to jump better, but myself included, sometimes you're scared to hit a jump because you don't know what the landing's going to be. It's not the jump usually, it's the landing that you're scared of, right? And so with having a Loam Lander, you can land and session it and have the confidence of if you do go down, you're going to land on an airbag instead of landing on rocks, dirt, a stump, because you have a Galbraith. So this will be able to progress the kids. But all they cared about was making the kids better.
Right.
For confidence and everything. For
sure. And you and I were both in a conversation with one of the founders of Galbraith Gravity a couple weeks ago while we were at Hubbapalooza. And one thing that, I was impressed on is they want to have their kids know that they can do hard things and gain the confidence that comes from doing hard things, and how that mountain biking is, a good transition to the rest of life. How they are going to be put in situations that they don't necessarily know the outcome of, but sometimes you got to trust your training, you got to trust your abilities, and you got to send it, and you just go. And so they're looking for the best ways to teach their youth and their riders how to progress and how to become better, but also how to do hard stuff. And, I wouldn't say that they're relentless in that effort, but they don't necessarily, want their team to quit after one shot that didn't work. They want to keep on progressing them through the difficult moments so that they can make it onto the next difficult moment.
Yeah. And then I'm going to circle real quick back to Sweetlines because it ties into GGR also, is both CAT and GGR, they really, really push community involvement. And if that's trail building, if that's helping around the community, and by doing so, you're developing the kids even further. You mentioned it's more than just mountain biking, right? So you're learning skill sets and confidence that you can translate to other parts in life, is what you just brought up. And that's kind of the whole GGR and Sweetlines. We didn't talk a little bit about that on that. So sorry, Kat. But that's what these teams are. They're about giving back. They're about supporting each other. They make sure that all of the riders are supporting each other as well on the trail and off the trail. It's just a really good group to be around. The excitement from the coaches at GGR when we were at Hubbapalooza was exciting to see. From one kid who never podiumed. We've talked about that before with other kids, and he was so excited that he got his first podium, or he accomplished one thing, or he did a rock roll. And they really push the small wins, which will translate into big wins.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's what we're all looking for. And I think when you come to youth sports, that's kind of a lot of goals in soccer or, any of the youth sports, is to help prepare them for other situations that they're going to be in life. And we know, especially because mountain biking is our passion, that there's often times that you don't want to do something that you end up doing, and all of a sudden it's your new favorite thing. And so GGR, we're excited to be an industry partner with you. We're really excited to see what your team is going to do with these landers, because it's just going to elevate. It's going to send them to the next level, both figuratively and whatever that other word is that I'm trying to think of.
Definitely, yes, they're going to have a good time, and
they are. It's going to be super rad.
Progress safely.
That's right. Well, we're down to just a couple more. And in fact, our time is getting pretty short. So we do have a amazing bike brand that's an industry partner of ours. And we're not going to really highlight them right now because we have a pretty amazing highlight for them and for us that we're going to be talking a lot about as time goes forward. Especially over the next month, we've got some really cool stuff that's coming related to this bike brand. But we can't leave this conversation with at least mentioning their name, and that's Hellion Bikes. Hellion Bikes is a new dirt jumper bike brand. They're based in Bentonville, Arkansas, and they've got a lot of really cool stuff in the works and in the future. So we're going to kind of just leave that one alone, knowing that we're going to come back and spend a lot of time talking about Hellion Bikes. They are just awesome.
Perfect.
Anyone else that we haven't talked about as far as our base of industry partners at this moment?
No, I think that's it at this time. We have some others that are coming on board, and of course, we always tease. We have fun with that. But there are some that will be coming on board here shortly. But even come back to our industry partners, we brought up the word loamers and loamer. It's the same thing. An industry partner is a loamer. It's about getting out, riding together, and that's what we're all about.
Absolutely, yeah. We want our loamer family. We want our loamer family to continue to grow, and we feel like all these industry partners are such great fits for us. They represent our brand well, and we hope to represent their brands well as well. We want them to be as successful as of course we want our Lander company to be as well. Well, with that, we appreciate them, and I hope that they appreciate us as well. That's too much. Hold on, let me restart that. We appreciate our brand partners, and we find that they are just amazing folks, and we think you should get to know them better too. So go to our website, and you can click on any of their logos. They'll take you right to their individual links, and get to know them better, because they're just really good people.
Final words from Loam Lander this week would be: get out and ride, go practice, ride with your friends, find fellow loamers, and enjoy the trail. Find something to push yourself. If it's a wheelie, if it's a small jump, if it's learning how to turn your handlebars in the air, whatever it is, just push yourself a little bit this week and let us know what you did. Send us video links of what you did. Send it to Instagram. We'll repost it. Let us know what we can do for you on airbags. So to safely land on an airbag, reach out to us. In the meantime, show us what you're doing.
Absolutely. And with that,